subscribe. Say subscribe to Psychology Eats.
Subscribe to Cowboy Eats.
Not Cowboy.
What's eating you? Psychology Eats is here to help you. What's eating you?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If y'all don't pick my sign up. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So what's eating you? Thank you for clicking on to my video. And let's just get right into this. And so you saw the thumbnail and the title. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Jacky O, her untimely passing. She is the girlfriend / wife, fiance, baby mother of DC Youngfly. And her, they've had her funeral, her going home service. And during the service, as I was watching the service that different YouTubers have posted, there were two things that DC said during his eulogy to her, and I posted it on my community tab because I just thought it was relevant to really where he is in his process of grieving her, mourning her loss. And he said, you may have many reasons, valid reasons, to lose your mind, but it doesn't make it right. And I thought that was so powerful, because in life we all will face grief, anger, hurt, regret, like just as part of the human experience. And grief is probably one of the most difficult challenges that we must face as humans, especially if you were blessed enough to love. If you were blessed enough to have someone in your life that you gave your heart to, that you gave your feeling of love and connection and attachment, you know, our parents, our siblings, friends, relationships. If you are able to do that and give that sort of love, the other side of that is that feeling of loss if you lose that person. And then how do you make it? How do you get through that? And so I thought that was just really profound. Like, we all could give up. There's so many reasons to just give up. And that doesn't make it right to do that. And I titled the video, you know, is there a curse on this family? You know, Jacky, from what we understand, she was not raised with her birth mother. I don't know the story. I don't know what happened to her. If you guys know, please leave it in the comments. What happened to Jacky O's mom? It sounds like, and what's being reported is that her father raised her. And later, you know, he remarried, and then she had a stepmom and all that. But the story of her birth mom, I'm not familiar with, but I know that she did not have a birth mom in her life that was there a significant amount of time that raised her. And so then my thought about, you know, when I think about her children not having their birth mom and won't have her for the majority of their life, you know, the baby and even the smaller ones, maybe Nova, the older one, will definitely have some memories of her birth mom. But is there this curse? Sometimes when tragedy happens in a family, and it's like, how much can one family take? How much can one person take? You know, why we have these questions? Why would you take her, you know, God Almighty, universe, when you know she had these small children? You know, she suffered, most likely, you know, not most likely, she did not have her birth mom in her life. Then there was some suffering there. From what I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the stories that I have heard. that she did not have her birth mom in her life. And so she experienced that loss herself. And now, being able to, move past that and find love in her life and, a career and all of that. And now for this curse to be put upon her children. It's like, it feels like so unfair. It feels so unfair that her children would have to face this when, she faced the same fate in her life. And DC said something else too that I thought was really profound, when he said, and he spoke so well, for somebody who was dealing with such this level of pain that he's dealing with. He said, it ain't easy, but it ain't hard, but it ain't easy. And when I thought about that, I was like, wow, like, I don't, it's not hard. I hear what he's saying. Like, in that, he's like, that's the strength, like the strength that he needs to be able to look at his daughters and his son and say, we're going to be okay. I mean, he looked at his daughter and was like, we're going to be all right, right? Mama's with us, right? It was just so heartbreaking. And we know, although this is kind of, his tragedy and his loss is something that we are all watching, there are so many families that deal with this kind of tragedy, every day. There are tragedies like this, there's, and now honestly, like, we're a week later, or the weekend that when her funeral happened, people are going to move on. The news is going to move on. There won't be channels talking about this anymore, but DC will be left to continue to raise his children, to love on his kids. And I'm so happy to hear him say he has a support system around him that is going to be there for him. And a couple of people said, in the family, yes, we're going to be here for him and help and guide him and, get him through this, with love and support for him and the children. But it ain't hard, but it ain't easy. And I felt that. I felt that, the honesty in that, and just, yeah, he going to still be able to smile and make jokes and do his work, his job. He'll still be able to do that. But like he said, I'm missing a rib now. And that's what makes this not easy. So is there a family curse? Is there a curse on her family? I don't know. I mean, if you believe in those types of things, people might say, yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Like, why would this happen to her and her family? So that's all I wanted to say. We'll continue to keep her and the family and her children and DC lifted up in prayer and in thought. And even though, it's kind of a news situation that we'll all move past, we know that his family, they will have to live with this for the rest of their lives and move through this process of grief. So in conclusion, hold on tight to your family. Hold on tight to the people that love you. And even though we know we'll have to face grief in our life, we're going to love anyway. It's because it's not hard, but it's not easy.